why not just get the other mentorship? Why not just step it up a level? And he was like, all right, cool, send me the bread. So I sent him the money, and and then I'm like, sending him more money. I'm not even sure, like, and then I'm thinking like, why don't I was like, what's the next level? He's like, the celebrity mentorship. And I'm like, that's when I told him how much money I got. He's like, oh, I'm gonna just give you the mentorship I give Floyd and all the celebrities. I'll just give you that one. I'm thinking, damn, like
See what he's doing here? Very interesting. I'm gonna let it play.
real, it's like that. Like I'm just gonna get the celebrity mentorship from Brother Polite. Like, all right, you're gonna be an entrepreneur. You're gonna that'll be another stream of income. And I'm thinking, and he's like, so when can you make it out to LA? And I'm like, damn, I don't know, like next week or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was just living out of, so I ended up having enough money to live out of my van. I'm telling Polite, yo, I'm living out of my van right now. I just got this bread. I didn't spend hardly anything. You know what I'm saying? Hardly anything. I'm still so in frugal state of mind and just, you know what I'm saying, wanting to invest, and change my future. And so yeah, I bought the ticket, and I bought a few music instruments just to hold me down because I need my music spiritually.
Man, this is so sad. It really is. See, that's the thing. At that point, Polite knew how much money he had come up on. And that's why Polite was offering all these other options, different tiers to this Minty Pro. It's all a scam anyway. And then I want you to come out to Los Angeles. Devious. He really is. How's it going, Andrea? Andrea says Watkins also encouraged people to invest with Jay Morris, and I wonder what he got out of it. I don't know. I do. I remember that because I remember he was down there one time. He was in the at that Black House promoting that bullshit. So,
And then I bought a ticket to LA. And then Polite was like, yo, I can't wait to meet you. I can't wait to meet you. And I'm like, yo. So I go out to LA. I go to, I forgot, the Galleria or whatever. I forgot what they call it, over there in Beverly Hills. And then, so I meet him in person, like, yo, man, like, you changed my life. Like seriously, brother.
there are so many people out here scamming. And if you watch them closely enough, you'll see, because I have pattern recognition, you'll see patterns over and over and over again. And there's common themes. They oversell shit. They say they're gonna do one thing and then they do another. They say they collected money for one thing and then they don't follow through. A lot of them, and I've said this in the past, Boyce Watkins, that he used to use the shit out of black women. There's so many scandals associated with all these different black women who had issues with Boyce Watkins that these are all red flags. These are red flags, and there's what I'm getting at here is that if you look carefully, and I don't have enough time to be following everybody. I mean, the main person that I check out is and take notes on is Umar Johnson. But I've seen enough shit with so many other people to recognize certain patterns. And this is what I'm getting at. There are so many of these types of scammers out here in these internet streets. Polite is just one. Umar's just another one, but there are so many of them.
Him, um, I gave him the $9,000 in cash, and I didn't know what was going to happen. And he was just like, all right, I got things to do. I need to hang out with my wife. I'll see you later. I'm thinking, all right, let me just get like an Airbnb. You know what I'm saying? I never Airbnb before. And so yeah, and I'm just kicking into my Airbnb thinking like, all right, what's the next step? And I'm thinking, he's like, yo, you can rent one of my cars. I own a part of a luxury car company. And how much, and he's like, this is how much it's gonna cost, $1,200. Like, and I'm thinking, damn. So I gave him like $3,000 to rent the car, or the rental cars, luxury car. And that's when the first sketchy thing happened, that I really, that first came up. And so him and Amanette and Ma'at pulled up. I said, hey, you guys changed my life. You guys changed my life. Let's go upstairs. So, and he's like, I'll be back later. I'll drop off the car later. And I was like, hey, yo, I just want to go see my old homies. I'm from LA. I want to go see my old homies. And he was like, all right, I'll drop off the car later. No word from him that night. And I hit him up late, like, yo, you still dropping this? Like, yo, yeah, if you still need me to drop it off, I'll drop it off. And I'm like, all right. He's like, yo, I'm busy. And I'm like, okay. And then I think the next day comes by and nothing.
Real quick, notice how once he gets the money, he disappears. Look at that. Yeah, I know 78, but there's so many red flags. They're all over the place,
Yeah. And I'm like, he's like, no, I just wanted the car to be ready. It was raining. Somebody else went and washed the car. The car washed and that. And so straight up, no fucking car. And I really think the next step after that, yeah. So that's what happened. And I don't know, for some reason I let it go, because the next thing was like, yo, I'm about to go to Vegas this weekend. You want to come with me? I'm about to go in the music studio in Vegas. I want to see if you want to come with me. You want to come? And I'm thinking, behind you, like, are you going to be with your wives? Because he's always like, I don't have any men around me. So I was trying to be like respectful. Like, you're like, what are you implying? He's like, what do you mean? Like, and I'm like, yo, I'm not sure. Are you? And so that's the first time he flipped out. He's like, did I ever tell you something? Like, did I ever tell you that? And I'm like, nah, bro, I'm just trying to be. He's like, I don't know. He just kind of flipped a little. And I'm like, whoa. All right. Like, yeah, of course I want to go. Like, of course. Like, I'm totally down to go. And I'm like, yo, I'll even drive. I offered to drive. He's like, no, you don't got to drive. I want to give you the mentorship. I want to go over the mentorship with you on the way there. So just knock out a few things. And I'm thinking, dope, man. Dope. So yeah, we go, and then I didn't know it was Nina at the time, but we go and pick her up, and then we go and pick up the cameraman, who was a hella cool dude. And so we start driving, and then literally, like, he was like, hey, G, you want to drive? And I'm like, all right. So yeah, I pretty much drove the whole way there to Vegas.
Oh man, this is so hard to watch. It is. Rest in peace. And it's easy to criticize, and that's the same thing with Umar. A lot of people, they feel like, I've defended him online, I've sent him all this money, I've gone back and forth with family members. I can't disengage from this, and so I have to keep pushing, and I have to keep trying, And so I have a sense that this is in part what was happening with this brother, that even at this point, the belief is there, but he had already come this far, and this is something that he had been wanting to do, but he never had the money to be able to get into this mentee program. Another thing I thought about is, what is the mentee program? He said, I want to give you this mentorship. But what does that mean exactly? It's almost like whenever Polite used that buzzword, CRYPTOROOTS would just, okay, everything else, don't worry about it, let's go. Okay, I'll drive the car now. You see? Just like with Umar, I'm going to save your black boys. Okay, well, let's go. You see? It's so difficult to watch.
And no mentorship for me. He was writing lyrics, going over with Nina. He was doing other mentorships, and I'm just having to drive. And then he's tripping out about how soon he needs to be in the studio because it's going to cost him more money. Speeding to Vegas. And we get pulled over, I get the ticket. And he's like, don't worry, put that in your trash, write it off, it's all good. So I get to, and then we drive to the studio. And yeah, we get to the studio, and then we're just chilling. Oh, we're just chilling. And then check this out. So I stopped drinking. I was going clean because I'm thinking, well, Brother Polite, he doesn't even smoke weed. He doesn't drink alcohol. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I didn't even want to mention marijuana. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then he's like, yo, you drink, G? And I'm like, nah, I don't drink. He's like, oh, all right, well, can you run in the store and can you go grab some Hennessy for us? And I'm like, on the way there, and I was like, sorry, bro, but if I don't drink, that's my rule. I don't pay for other people's alcohol. And he just didn't say nothing. And so him and Nina, they go and they
let me I have to just quick commentary. A lot of these scammers, they give advice on things that they really have no business talking about. Umar's talking about what you need to do with your kids, but meanwhile, he don't even take care of his own. Jay Morrison talking about what you need to invest in, but he's not an investor. Talking about real estate investment. He's a scammer. I mean, there's so many people that you just run down this. Misrepresenting who you are. And it's not just the titles that people take. Umar says he's a school psychologist. No, you're not. He says he's a school principal. No, you're not. He says he's a school vice principal. No, you're not. He says the most requested scholar. No, you're not. You're living at your mama house when you can't stay up in them trap bandos, and it's because it's been getting too cold. And now you're trying to find venues down south where it's warmer so you can live in hotels. You have a place to stay and food to eat. Well, the same thing with Polite. And one of the things that these individuals often do is and part of it is they want to make themselves appear to be better than everyone else. So they'll talk about how they're vegan and how they don't drink alcohol and how they don't smoke weed. And I'm better than you because I don't eat meat. I'm more spiritual because blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, in the real world, no, they do all that shit and more. Listen, I'm vegan. I think my wife and I was vegetarian since I was in college the first time. I might have been 19. I think I was 7, something like that. My birthday coming up in a couple of days. I'm about to be 40, 46. You old when you can't remember how old. But I don't give a shit. It's not that big of a deal. It's just a lifestyle. It don't make me no better than nobody. I don't even talk about it. When the last time you heard, oh, you guys should be eating vegan and blah, blah. I don't even talk about the shit. It's a lifestyle. Okay? But what these scammers do is they want to misrepresent themselves, and they feel as if they take on these titles, if they call themselves King Kong consciousness, or if they say that they're so educated, or they say they have 6 degrees, or they say that they're vegan, or that they don't do drugs, or they don't drink alcohol, that now they're better than everybody else. And that's a way to pull in more audience, because if you can prop yourself up, it's called self-aggrandizement, self-aggrandize, then people on the outside, they look upon you, they believe that you're better than what you really are, that you're greater than what you really are. And Polite is an excellent example of this. He's a broke bum. Okay. He scavenges. That's how he gets money. He cons and scavenges, and he siphons off of other people. And more recently, he's gone after celebrities and just be siphoning off of them. I saw him in this video with Floyd Mayweather, and they were at a party or something like that. And at the party, Floyd Mayweather was talking, and then Polite started to hero worship him, meaning just saying all these wonderful things to Floyd Mayweather. And one of the things he says, "You're a god."
Me and Brother Polite, we're in Aruba right now.
Yes, sir.
Living a life, we positive.
Oh, this man is more than just a king, he a god, because he did what many men have never done on planet Earth. So when a man does something that no man has ever done on Earth, we render him a god, not just a king, but a king amongst kings. So no one has beat as many world champs.
And you got Medusa.
Man, you know what we do. You know what we do. But I learned
Black.
from the best. You see, they say we don't support black, but they don't understand that.
Got you.
And Floyd Mayweather, he perked up and he started smiling because it feeds his ego.